Hey guys, welcome to a new series I'm starting on this channel. Now, each Thursday, these shorter videos will be released with tips and tricks to help you make better and more consistent content. I hope you enjoy this series as much as I do, and if there's anything you'd like to learn, please let me know down below. Let's get to it. Okay, so in this first episode, we are talking about speed ramping and how it can be used to create cool transitions and how it can be used to improve your videos. So let's get to it. Okay, so here is a 30-second video I did for a client today, PowerSup's Winham, and this is the intro. So let's go to the start and have a look. Okay, so that looks really cool, right? So now this is what it looks like on the timeline from here. So that's speed ramping. That's what it looks like. So it goes from a normal pace and hits a ramp up to obviously a fast pace, and then the next clip is already at that pace, which goes down. So let's talk about how to do that from start to finish. So here we have our 3 clips. So we've got our first one with nothing done to it, then our next one, and then our going through the door. So I'm going to show you how to speed ramp, I guess. So let's do it. So you're going to find your clips. Now make sure they are all going in a somewhat similar direction. So if you're shooting like a forward shot, then make sure the one following is in a similar direction. So like here I've got one going like back and across, and then I've got one going just like across, so that works there. And then from there it's going forward and it's going towards the door, and then this one is going through the door. Make sense? So yeah, let's get to it. So what you want to do to be able to do this is right click on the FX, that little FX button there, time remapping and speed. Now you can pause this video at any time and copy me while you do it on your project, and that's completely fine. So once you've clicked FX, right click on that, time remapping, speed. And now all you got to do is click on your clip, go to this time remapping section on your effects control, and then you'll see here your keyframe. So I hope you all know what a keyframe is. If not, I can talk about that in a later video. But okay. So now the next step is find where you want that first transition to start. So where do you want that ramp to start to go up to that next speed? So generally it's about in the 3rd quarter of that clip. So for me, I want it about here. So click on that add keyframe and you'll see it adds a little silver arrow thingy. I don't know what the word is, but keyframe. So now next step, really simple, just drag this up to about 600%. I like to go around there because it's a nice even speed. It's not too fast, you can still see the detail, but it makes a cool transition. So next you're going to want to grab the arrow and see how it gives that little horizontal arrow. Grab that and pull it across, and there's your ramp. And then this blue thing you want to adjust to about 45 degrees. Now all that does is create like a little slope, and so instead of going straight, then boom, straight up, and then flat again, you create like a little speed ramp. That's what it's called. So this is what it looks like. Pretty simple, right? So now next thing to do is your next clip. So you've sped that clip up easy, and now you're going to do a similar thing. So FX, right click, time remapping, left click on speed, and now you have the option here now. So generally in the beginning of a clip that you want to remap, you want within the 1st quarter of that clip, just so you got enough space in the end here. So now same thing, that's about where I wanted to start. So let's go time remapping, left click on add keyframe, same thing, 600%. So obviously you can do a higher number, but if you're doing a high number like 800 or 1000, just make sure each clip is the same. You don't want to be going from 600 to 1000, okay? So I just like to keep it at 600, easy. So same thing, grab the arrow and drag out your ramp. And I like to go at around 45-degree angle just to create a nice even slope up. So now next thing you want to do with this transition here is make them equal lengths. So you don't want one clip longer than the other unless you need it to, so you just want them to be similar length. So let's fix that on this clip. So all you got to do is just drag that there. And it's still not 100%, so I'll go there now. That's better. Look, it's not 100%, but it's close enough. You won't be able to tell the difference. Now, this is a transition. Boom. Perfect. Okay, so now your next step is to create a transition going out of this clip. So I probably want it about there. Again, 3/4 of that clip. Add keyframe. Let's go to 600%. Done. And then same thing. Draw the arrow that way, and then 45 degrees. And then that's that's done. And now a cool thing that was with this clip is that I wanted to get the door in the frame. So instead of going straight, starting in here, I wanted to be able to get this movement in. So I started the clip a bit later, so that's more at the high speed, and then it slows down as soon as we get through the door to be able to see all the products. So same thing, right click on the FX, speed, add keyframe. Now, same thing, 600%, just click and drag up. And now, same thing, get your speed ramp, 45 degrees, and boom. This is the transition going across. Looks pretty cool, right? And now, if you want to add a bit more pizzazz on it, I've got these sound effects that you can put in between. Now, these are from Audio. I'll put a link in the description to them, but Epidemic Sound, Artlist, they all have SFX, obviously, you can use. I just use these because they're a bit cheaper. But now, what you want to make sure you do is add the peak of that sound effect in the middle of that transition. So this is what it sounds like. So yeah, that's pretty much all for speed ramping. So if there's any other videos you'd like to learn about, or any tips you need to know for your own business or for yourself, just put them down in the comments below and I'll make a video on them. Cheers.